Well, hello. Today I am going to be sharing with you my eye palettes. And one thing I do have to say is I really do not like spending a lot of money on eyeshadow palettes. So I kind of take it as a challenge to when I see all of these beautiful eyeshadow palettes, I'm like, oh, that's so neat. But what's drawing me to it? Is it a particular color or whatever? And I have to say, I like the challenge of being able to create that look with the eyeshadow palettes that I have. So if you're interested in seeing something like that, like I know the Patrick Ta, I forget the name. I know it's the second one, but it has these beautiful rose shades. And I really wanted that one. I was like, oh, I want it. But I tend to really want something initially, and then I'm kind of over it. So I don't really need to spend, $65, $70 for an eyeshadow palette. Especially, and I don't know if it's just luck, but the eyeshadow palettes that I have gotten off of Amazon are very, very good quality. And I will link all of them that I do have links for. Some of these, like this one, I'll start off with this one. This is the Changeable Fantasy, and I bought this and I got both of these. Now, when I was going to look for the link to these, because I highly, highly recommend these, it was just saying set of one, and it would only just show the one. So I'm not sure if it was a mistake, if they accidentally sent me two or what, but I have really, really enjoyed these. And so the first one has this sort of a vibe. So we're dealing with the blues and the greens and some neutrals. This palette in and of itself has everything you need as far as the blacks and the darks for eyeliners if you want. I use these two here for my base. Every time I start an eye look, I like to have a nice base to start with. We've got an assortment of shimmers as well as the mattes. So I absolutely love these. These have smaller pans, but they are so affordable. And unless I use one all of the time, it's going to take me forever to hit pan on these. So there's that one. The next one is a little bit more neutral. It still has some blues and greens, but there's quite a bit of browns. And so you really can find any brown that will work for you with this palette. I am going to go back in time. I don't even know if this palette is even still around, but this is my hard candy, and this is gone. I don't know why I can't throw this away. It's been around forever. It's done, it's done its deed, but I still keep it. I don't know why. And it's got these really, really good shades for your transition shade. I did obviously really like that color. It's kind of the reds. This is a matte red, and then the shimmer, matte pink, and then the shimmer. So this palette does make a lot of sense. And I kind of look at it, I'm like, oh, I should probably get rid of it. I just don't. I don't know. Like I say, it's the hard candy, and if I can find it, I'll link it down below. But like I said, this one is pretty old, so. And I'm not like some of the other YouTubers that have a ton of palettes where they have to do, you know, these decluttering and that sort of thing. Like I said, I kind of keep to these. On occasion, I might get something, but generally, I just kind of end up finding what I need with the collection that I do have. So, all right. So the next one are a couple of Provision palettes, and this is the Desert Sage. This is my, I want to say, the newest to my collection, and this was an impulse buy. I was just like, oh my God, that's so cute. And it is cute and it's beautiful. And these are very, very pigmented. The thing about this palette is you've got some great things you can do with it. As far as you could create a beautiful blue eye look with maybe the browns is what I like to do. I love blue and brown together. We've got these beautiful mossy greens, yellows, oranges, pink, and that's great. But I generally like a palette to have a black in it. It does have a dark brown, so you can definitely work with that. A combination of the mattes and shimmers. But I have found that there's like this one here. I don't see me using that. That's just a very chunky glitter that I may try it one day. I mean, I'm not going to say that I won't. It's just generally not one thing that I use. I don't generally go for the really chunky glitters. I like the foils and that sort of thing. So another thing that this doesn't have that I kind of like, but again, I can use my face powder or whatever, is a light color to kind of just go over my whole eye. So this is a great one. I like it. I pull it out, but I may have to also pull out another palette that has the basics. We do have a few transition shades, but maybe not necessarily ones that I'm gonna want to, you know, go with. So I do like this one though. Here's another, and if you've seen my videos, I have played this one a lot, is the Emeralds from Profusions. Even though it's predominantly greens, it's amazing the looks that I can get out of this one. Again, it doesn't have a super light color to go all over my lid. No big deal. This transition is gorgeous. So I can definitely use that. The greens, the yellow, everything is just so beautiful. And I've really had some fun playing with this very dark metallic okay. So they're very similar. One's got a little bit more of a greenish feel, and this one's got more of a darker grunge feel. And I created this one look, and man, I really liked how it turned out. And having all these different colors, it's a great time to just play. So there's that. e.l.f. products, I have quite a bit of, but I don't have that many eyeshadows except for this one. And I absolutely love this one. And this one I have hit pan on, and it's been well loved, and it will continue to be well loved. This is a great one, you know, because it's smaller, you can just travel with it, and you've got a ton of different colors that you can work with. You've got a very, very dark brown that you can use for I can use for eyeliner, my eyebrows. I've got the light, so I can put that over the whole lid. So this really does have everything you need. Great transition shade colors here. And then just this, I absolutely love these colors. I just really do. It's almost like if my palettes have these in there, I'm good. I'm good. So yes, I have to say this is one of my favorite palettes. Another one that I got is the Honest Beauty, and this one is a great multitasker. It's just a great neutral palette that basically has everything that you need. You've got your black, you've got your white, and then you've got shimmers as well as mattes, but just a really nice palette that you can travel with. Again, it's got everything. I like to call these my multitaskers. And so that you don't have to have individual, you know, eyeliners, or you could even possibly use some of these as far as your contour. So if you blend it and things like that, I've actually tested that out and it works. So this one is a very, very good, just staple. Okay. And then here is my Beauty Glazed, and this one has 3 pages in it. And then finally this. So when I look at palettes, with this thing, it's going to be hard to find, oh my gosh, I don't have that color. So this one really does help keep me grounded. When I see beautiful palettes, I'm like, okay, there is this color in the Patrick Ta, and I would have to say it's not orangey like that, which is one of my favorite colors, but it's not quite that light orange. It's more of a, gosh, rusty orange color. So I could create that with this, maybe a combination of that, but it's fun to challenge yourself. Like, okay, when I see people, you know, YouTubers do a look with the Patrick Ta palette, they make these beautiful looks, but they're all kind of using everything but that one color that I really want them to use. And I don't want to spend, you know, my money for just one color, especially if I could create it myself. So that's kind of where I've been thinking. That one really is, this is the one that I reach for when I'm really wanting to have fun and create with color. And then here is another one that I have had for years. I was going to wipe everything down so they look nice, but I forgot and they look horrible. But this one is the Impressed You. Again, it's a Beauty Glazed product, just like this book. And kind of embarrassed to show you. But this one, again, has those colors that I really like, the more reddish browns, the black, some colors in here that are fun to play with, these here. And again, you have everything you need right here. You've got the lighter colors, you've got the darker colors, you've got a good blend of mattes and shimmers. So I've gotten a lot of love out of this one as well. And then there is my, I guess you'd call it, I can't call it my favorite, but it's definitely the one I have been reaching for the most. And this is the Luxury Gathering You Can Be. And again, these pans are small, but it's going to take me a long time to get through them. And there's so many things that just really jump out at me. You have the more neutral tones if you want, and lots of great colors for transition. You've got the warmer transition shades. Then you've got your black. You've got all of this that could be used for a base. As you can see, I've used this one a lot. But even if I use all that up, I can use these others. I love these rosy bronzy colors, and I can do a lot with that. I absolutely love the yellow. I can do a look with that. Then we've got these really neat metallic bronzy grungy colors that I really love. These colors here, this one, this metallic, it's a taupey green, and that is another one that I really can create very pretty looks with. And then you back that one up with a little bit darker of a shade right there, and I just really love this palette. I don't know how else to describe it. And I would have to say that all of my palettes are within like the $20-ish mark down. So those have been what I've been working with. I do have a couple of little like let me see here. So, and as you can see, those are not big palettes, but they're palettes for sure. They're not small except for just a couple of them, like the e.l.f. one. Another small one that I have, and this is a great one for traveling, that sort of thing, and it's a good multitasker. Day to Night, LA Colors. This one I almost use as something to put in case you have touch-ups or you need touch-ups or something like that, because you have everything here. You've got the black, you've got the light, you've got all of that. So very, very basic multitasker. This is a great idea for traveling, that sort of thing. Or if you have a makeup bag that you keep at work or in your purse or whatever, it's nice to have something just in case. And then I do have this little tiny quad from e.l.f. And this one is a cute little interesting color story. It's got, you know, this that really does make sense. And then it's got this really taupey silver color, which I thought was a neat thing. Again, I can find all this in my palettes. So this would be another one that would be good for on the go a little bit more for me. I don't really have a ton of the little what are they called, mini bites or something, bite-sized eyeshadows. And the reason I did get this one is because, again, it actually is a multitasker. So this is something that really does work when you want to pare down the size of things. You know, you're carrying something around, then it's something, then that would be a good solution. So, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I'll leave the links. And sometimes if I don't have a link for these, I keep an eye on those. And right, you know, I don't have a link, but I can keep checking to see if maybe they do bring it back or whatever, because I highly recommend these products. So anyways, please feel free to use those links again if you do. And if you make a purchase within 24 hours of clicking on my link, then I will get a small percentage for that, for that sale. So that really does help me out. And please, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I hope you have a great day.